Okay, so we always start every session with a little bit of back testing from the week before. See what we could have had, see what we lost, um, potential setups that didn't work, why they didn't work, etc., etc. So I'm on the wrong pair right now, to be honest. I should be on this one here. Right. So 1 minute order block here. We'll mark this one out. I think I caught a blinder last week. I think Lee mentioned it as well. So I'll mark this one up here as well. We'll just press play. So that would have been a nice setup. I think obviously if that was on ETH, that would have been one that Tom would have liked to catch. Um, okay, I'm not going to go over the support and resistance. I'm only going to go over the GOAT strategy. So don't worry about these order blocks here. So that 1 minute would have been a loss. Let's have a look at this 5. Now, I would have, if I was going to set a trade up here, I would have been looking at covering this plus this little bit here. So I always like the imbalance, but I also like to cover a little bit of the wick as well, especially with DAX. Again, you could always take it to a high. Boom. So that would have been a winning trade. Obviously, it was a very big entry to stop loss, so I probably wouldn't have taken that one. At the moment, this order block is still live. Let's go to the next session.
Stephen, are these your special goat order blocks?
So these ones here, morning, James, right, mate?
Hello.
These ones here are okay. So these are the support and resistance ones. So,
Yeah,
you know, I think what I've been saying to do is basically we mark it out and
yeah,
leave the box extending
yeah,
to the right. So because with the support and resistance, what ideally we're looking for. So I mean, this one here actually would have been a good trade to put like potentially take.
yeah.
Um, I mean, would this have been the breaker structure potentially? I mean, obviously Lee might say different because this one here would probably be the breaker structure. Obviously, there's a huge gap in the market, so I'm not going to go over this one right now, but we'll have a
Okay.
look at maybe some of the ones in this Asia session. But it's
Yeah,
always handy what we do is if any order block, even the gas order blocks, you can literally just mark it and extend the box to the right and just wait and see what happens.
okay,
But I'm only marking up the Asian order blocks. I'm not marking up any of these ones.
okay.
So, and then what we'll try and do is I mean, we can briefly go over it in a second. Ideally, what I was trying to do is just concentrate on some goat at the moment, but I don't mind obviously going over it. So here we go. This is a prime order block. Obviously, at the moment, my indicator is only highlighting these order blocks after 7 a.m. I tried going back onto Quant um, to change it, but it says I've got to get credits and stuff. So what have we got here on the 1 minute? Okay, so we got something there on the 1 minute. Let's just see what we got here. Oh, why is that just gone all funny? I've only press only changed it to the 1 minute. Oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to shut this down. I know what's gonna happen. As soon as I shut this down, I'm gonna lose the gas indicator because I deleted it from my phone last night by accident because I was trying to update it for the Gas Pro, and obviously I was still on like Gas V2.5. I haven't been updating it because I quite liked the V2.5 because that's all I needed. So we could be only looking at 5 minute sessions here at the moment. And again, obviously with this one here, we've broken through. I don't know why I've set my order block there. Maybe I was looking for a 1 minute entry on this one. So let's just quickly go over what my trade was on this. So, okay. So change character, break of structure. We've come back down. We've tapped in here, and then we've gone long. And that would have been why I entered that trade. Now, what was my exit on this? Looks like it was this high here. So there was probably an imbalance in this area right here, which is why I've taken it to that high there. So there's probably an imbalance sat in there. But we'll leave this box on for now, and we'll just see what happens. Is it going to work on the one? Let's just see if it will change. Not too sure why the 1 minute's not working. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to take that off a minute, guys. Don't know why the 1 minute isn't working. Sorry.
Dismissed any questions throughout the course of the season about.
Let's just mute Steve. I still got gas. Yes, I do. Right, let's try and go back. Don't think that was the same order block for some reason, so I don't know where I went to. It doesn't matter. We'll just go over. We'll go over this week. Okay, so again, this one is support and resistance order blocks. Let's have a look, see what we've got in 1 minute. So the only order block that we've got tradable for a goat entry is this order block right here. We'll just press play and see if we get an entry. Again, we do have a long support and resistance on there. So we will mark this one up, see if we can get an entry off this one.
No, you're not sharing your screen, mate.
Oh, am I not?
You was, but it's just got you at the minute.
Great. So everyone's just been looking at me. Here we go. Thanks. That was annoying. Right, okay. So here we go. We've got an order block here. It's because I had to cancel Trading View just a second ago. Right, so I'll go back over that again. So at the moment, this is the only GOAT order block that we can trade. This is obviously a support and resistance order block. So we'll just keep on playing and see what it does. So ideally, you need it to break through it like a few times, come back, retest, and then that's your entry. But it's something that's just still got to work on a bit more. Obviously, in my head, I know what's happening, but writing it up is a little bit different right now. So let's have a look here. Okay, right. So we've broken through, we've retested, we've come down. We've created a breaker structure down this side here. But then obviously we've come back all the way back up through again. We've got to change character. Then this one here is our breaker structure. But then obviously we've come all the way back through. So we haven't retested to have a have a longer position. So same again. we've broken through. We've got to change character. We haven't really broken structure here yet. So ideally, that's what we want to see is a break of structure. Right, so now we've just broken structure. So we'll be looking for a retest here. And let's just chase back this order block. Oh, here we go. I think this is actually the trade that I took. So this order block goes all the way back to this support and resistance one right here. Okay. Now, in my opinion, we have definitely had a nice break of structure. Let's see what it does. So I'll press play on this and see what we get. So that actually could have been the entry there. So if I was to put a horizontal line across this right there, we'll chase this back to over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this bar. I'm going to go onto the 1 minute and see if there was an entry there. Okay, so do we have an entry here? So again, like we could have probably used this one here as our entry. That's obviously the low there, so we would have had to cover something here. So we've got this imbalance here. So we probably could have. Oh, let's just get rid of that for now. Just gonna let that play again. Sorry, guys, it's gonna take a little while. I think this might have been my entry actually. Actually, it was this order block here because we had another order block which was chasing through this. What I like to see is another order block that's formed within the support and resistance. When I get that, that to me is the perfect entry. So I'm just gonna have to wait for this to come back. What I might have to do is just put it onto 15 a second. Just see how. The order blocks disappear, but it's okay. Right, and if we put a long position somewhere over here, cover the bottom of this one as well. 32, that's absolutely fine. Let's just see. It's taking a little time. There we go, right, we're getting closer. Bam, so that was our entry. Again, take it to the high. So it would have been going away overnight, but bam. So that's still 7.3%. Could we have got a tighter entry on this? Yes, we could have got something like that. But it's still work in progress at the moment. So I won't go over too much about that one right now. Let's just see what we got on Asia sessions. Right. Time 22. Okay, right, so we've got some nice potential sell order blocks in this one. Just going to get rid of a few of these boxes for now. So again, we've got some nice 1 minute sales here. This is a nice setup. The only thing I don't like is all these imbalances here. So if I was going to take any, this one here would probably be my preferred one because I like it to come up and almost sweep here. So I'm probably not going to mark that one up. Obviously, we have got the EMA running through here, which I quite like. This one here, and I'd set that about there. So my entry would be to cover these wicks here.
And Stephen, why would you not mark out the one just below that line you just draw?
This one here,
No, no, the next one above.
this
There's like a
one.
little, yeah, that.
Well, that one's not showing up. So that one's showing up on the 5 minute.
Yeah,
Okay, but
yeah.
on as a gas order block, it's not showing as a gas order block.
Right, okay.
Okay, that's obviously showing as part of the Asia session order
Yeah,
block, should we say?
yeah.
So on the 1 minute, it's not actually showing. Here it is. Obviously, you guys have got the
Okay.
gas indicator. So
Yeah,
5 minute, it's there. On the
yeah.
1 minute, it isn't actually there.
Okay.
All right, and then obviously, so we've got this one on the 1 minute, this one here on the 1 minute. This one here is obviously a previous session. Um, but if I was going to look at this, I like this here to be swept, take out a little bit of imbalance here, and then go again. Sometimes it just comes up and just goes close to this here, close to sweeping, doesn't actually sweep and then goes. So that's why I always cover a little bit extra. Okay,
Okay.
right. So that was a loss anyway. So we can get rid of that one, even though it might act as support and resistance. We're not obviously testing that right now. So this previous session order block here was obviously the 2 days before. Let's see what that does there. So again, it's done a nice little sweep of liquidity, in my opinion. So I actually, obviously, I would still trade that only because it's obviously had the sweep of liquidity, but that would have been a losing trade anyway. So that's why we don't take it. Right, let's go back onto the 5. Sure, we had a what block there. Yeah, someone got swept. Yeah, the markets have been a little bit hard again recently, I found. Definitely a lot of sweeping going on at the moment. Okay, so we've got a sell order block there. These ones here, obviously we're ignoring these ones right now. What do we have on the 5? So we've got nothing on the 5 minute. Oh yeah, here we go. So 5 minute. Oh, now we've got taken out. There's a lot of sweeping happening at the moment. So it's not even testing it, it's just sweeping order blocks. So yeah, obviously just got to be very careful when it's very sweepy. Um, we just don't want to be forcing trades, in my opinion. What we'll do is we'll do this session and we'll have a quick look over gold as well. So there you go. So we would have had a sell opportunity right here. So I would have covered this imbalance here. So this actually would have been a nice trade. So you can literally just cover that order block. Oh, that would have been a quick 3.7%. Or what we could be looking for is a low somewhere for it to take. Potentially this one here. So I always find with the Frankfurt Opens and the London Opens, they like to go and sweep somewhere. We just press play. There we go. So it didn't actually want to sweep that one. So if we just kept that as Asia low, we would have been pretty good on that one. So again, about 3.7%. And then that just went really far. So let's have a look at gold. Where we are right now. I was in the DAX trade last night and there was a 1 minute candle, and within 10 seconds, I lost thousands last night. I'm absolutely gutted. I mean, we're talking double figures as well on my funded account.
Can't.
Yeah. I was so close to TP and then 10 seconds, bam, it just reversed on me. Trump or something happened last night and I lost all of it within 10 seconds. So I was a little bit annoyed last night. I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie. So we've got 5 minutes before we start looking for a market open. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave this right now. And because obviously we know how it works. So have we got anything? Okay, so this is nice. I like the EMA here. Strong rejection point. So we could come up, sweep this, and this we've got a nice BPR here. So this is a nice potential trade. So if I was going to look at any, obviously this one here is nice. There's no real exit plan on this one yet because we don't actually have an imbalance here. I mean, a tiny little bit there. But there's not really an imbalance in my opinion. So let's have a look, see what we've got here. Plus, I think gold's been a little bit better than DAX recently as well. Let's see what happens. So we've got 5 minutes. Let's see what we've got live with indices. Bless me. Bit wicky this one. It's already been swept. So look at the 5. Nice potential up here. So again, I like to cover these wicks here. Yeah, so got a nice order block in there. So yeah, I mean, if anything, I'd probably on the 1 minute cover that wick there. Again, we've got an EMA here, which is quite nice. It's very wicky, so I'm not too sure about that one right now. This is a nice trade. Come up, take these out. I don't like that entry. It's quite big. Yeah, so if I was going to look for any, it would be this last order block here. I do prefer the 1 minute entry rather than the 5 minute entry because I just find it's the 1 minute order blocks are very strong in my opinion. I was even looking at 30-second order blocks and they're really powerful, but um, I haven't tested anything on the 30-second order blocks yet. So again, obviously we've got this imbalance here, so this would be a preferred order block today. And I'd cover this imbalance as well. Don't really trade S&P. Obviously, it's accumulating down here right now. So it's going to break out at some point, but we just don't know when. 4 minutes. What we got on DAX? So look at the 5. Another thing which I've also found, guys, is don't always take the very first order block that's there. I mean, yes, it's ideal. Look, we've got a nice order block here. But sometimes if you wait for the first 10 minutes after the market open, Frankfurt open, an order block, a 5 minute order block might appear. And what it will do is it will come back and retest that 5 minute order block. So I've had it a few times where I'm in a 1 minute sell, and then actually a 5 minute order block has appeared literally right on the end of the session, and then that 1 minute order block's come up tapped, and then I've been taken out. So it does sometimes pay just to be a little bit patient. Yeah, so they are part of the Coast of Asia ones. Don't know why these ones are actually showing right now. If I was looking at this, I'd definitely be targeting this order block rather than this one. What I'd want to be seeing is the chart come down. Let's go on to the path. Sweep this area right here. Okay, an imbalance over here. And then we'd come back up and take out that last imbalance that pushed down to it. That's the actual rules for GOAT, but obviously with DAX, I do trade it a little bit differently. Got right 1 minute. Let's see if we can catch a live trade. I'm going to get back onto gold. Gold's looking a little bit more appealing today. Let's see what this gives us. Yeah, we haven't really got an imbalance there, so that's not a trade in my opinion. So we'll look back at DAX. See what DAX is going to do. It's not really moving on the market open, is it? Been a little bit crap recently. Let's put that on silent. Yeah, there's not really a lot happening on market open, Frankfurt Open, which is a little bit weird. So what we could potentially see is sweep of the Asia, carry on, come down, get an imbalance in this area right here, come in, tap, and then that's our exit. So if we did have something like that, we could be looking at, I mean, that's a tight stop loss, 5 hour trade. So, I mean, that would be absolutely lovely if we could get that. So let's go back to DAX, see what DAX is doing. Mute iPhone a second. Yeah, so not really seeing any order blocks again this morning, guys. So no live trade again. So it's not happening. All I want to do is try and catch a live trade for Frankfurt Open, but it's just not happening at the moment. DAX is rubbish. Gold is rubbish. There we go. Let's see what we get. I think this is going to be the preferred trade, in my opinion, to be honest, rather than this one here. So we'll see what that one does, because obviously it's going to give us probably a better risk to reward. So if we was looking at this, potentially say that's our imbalance. Still a 6% trade there. So yeah, might be worth looking at this one here. But obviously, still needs to be tested by you guys. It's very hard, like you always this one here could be the closest and this one here could be the winner, but who knows? So DAX again. Yeah, DAX. I think DAX is going to go sideways this morning, even with London Open. Especially after seeing how NAS is doing. It's just accumulating. Let's see what the Dixie's doing, should we? There's a little bit of movement, not a lot. Nothing there. It's- Yeah, can't see anything this morning, guys. Not anything worth taking anyway. So let's just see what happens on a 5. Remember, guys, we might actually get an order block that forms. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. If on gold. No, that's it. Nothing happening this morning. So I'm going to leave it there, guys.
Thank you, mate.
That's all right. Maybe next time we might be able to catch another one. Just I'm waiting to try and catch a live trade with you guys, but it's just not happening at the moment.